Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin tonight with some breaking news out of Glendon. Crews responded to a camper fire that started a little bit before 4 this afternoon. The fire was quickly put out, but left behind a lot of damage to the camper. It all happened just north of Glendon off of Highway 10. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. A man who worked for a food manufacturer in Valley City claims the company does not properly regulate its products. He contacted our whistleblower hotline because he says he's worried some people may unknowingly consume small pieces of metal if they buy the flaxseed made there. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz looks into the claims and has the story.
That's a conveyor that carries the product, and that is mold.
It's mold?
Yes. That was in the corner of the room, whatever that is, and it's still there. It's all around the corners of the room.
The last time you were there, it was still there?
Oh, yeah.
This anonymous worker says he was fired from his job at Healthy Food Ingredients in Valley City, all because he says he tried to blow the whistle on bad practice.
We were finding metal in our flax that was being produced for the brand that goes to Walmart.
Healthy Food Ingredients has more than 20 storage facilities throughout the U.S. This one in Valley City packages flaxseed for Walmart's Great Value brand. Here, the worker shows me various pictures of metal that was found in the product. They were all appropriately recalled. The problem, he says, is with the machine.
We found out that our metal detector wasn't functioning properly, and we don't know when it stopped. So it could have been months, could be, longer than that. We don't know.
The worker says he realized that in April. As of a few weeks ago when he left, he says it still hadn't been fixed.
I brought it up to the attention of the plant manager multiple times, and she continued to have us produce. It was more important for her to get the orders out than it was for the safety of the public.
Another former worker tells me there's more than one metal detector in the facility, but certain ones don't work as well as others. This magnet cleaning log shows 2 entries. It was filled out once around 6 a.m. and only one other time at nearly 5 p.m. How often are they?
It should be on the beginning of the shift, after the first break, after lunch, and then after the second break, and then after the end of the shift.
The worker says he was switched to night shift after he started bringing up the issues.
That's when problems started happening for me. When I was bringing things to light, a lot of punitive things were happening, and it was a lot of stress.
He showed me several emails he sent asking why he was let go. Those emails all outline the issues he brought to light. In his emails, he does admit being told he wasn't learning quickly enough. But he says he still hasn't received a response from the company. I asked Healthy Food Ingredients about the allegations, whether the metal detector had been broken for an unknown amount of time, about a possibly negligent manager, and a cleaning log that appeared to only have been filled out twice during the course of an entire day. My questions mainly went unanswered in the following statement. We take all employee matters very seriously and have our own whistleblower hotline for all locations. As of today, we have not had any OSHA violations at the Valley City facility. Meanwhile, other workers tell me they've recently had several meetings with strict orders not to talk to the media. In Valley City, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
To read the company's entire statement, head to our website and click on this story. And as mentioned, this story came to our attention through our whistleblower hotline. So if you need help with an issue, call us, 237-6576. You can leave your tip, and then a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. A chance to dry out today for the areas that got a lot of rain, and it's quiet so far. Hutch, what about this evening?
Indeed, it is quiet. That's the only cloud I see around the FM area now. You're looking to the northeast as we head into the evening hours. Most of us will stay quiet. Last night, not so quiet, and we got a late picture in this one from Lewis out near the Pisac area. A nice example here of a landspout, the types of funnels, and this tornado that touches down. Landspouts are tornadoes, by the way, just a little bit higher based. Very strong thunderstorms off to the west are approaching our folks in Towner and Benson counties. That's where we'll see some evening thunder showers as we take you in a little bit closer. There's still quite a way as the crow flies, and these are non-severe. The stronger storms by far are out to the south and west. where we've had actual tornadoes on the ground tonight. Will those storms make their way in our general direction? Yes, but it'll be quite late tonight. We'll have details in your hour-by-hour forecast. Until then, enjoy the quiet, dry, and pleasant temperature weather outdoors.
We are. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
A drug bust on I-94 in West Fargo netted 100 pounds of weed and landed one man in jail. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 33-year-old Stephen Shipe from California was stopped during a routine traffic stop yesterday. A K-9 unit found the drugs and he was taken to the Cass County Jail. A Grand Forks woman is getting a lot of attention, a lot of praise too on Facebook after telling an armed robber to leave a convenience store. It all went down last night at Glenn's Easy Stop in Larimore. Deputies say a man handed an employee a note that read, "Stay calm, give me all the money from out of the till," and then showed the clerk a handgun. The employee told the suspect, "Why don't you stay calm and leave?" And he did, without getting any money. Sheriff's officials are looking for a slender man, about 5'10". He was wearing a black hoodie, black bandana, faded blue jeans, and black boots or shoes at the time of the attempted robbery. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley will have more on this story tonight at 6. New information for you this evening. The man who was injured after being hit by a car in the Northern Valley has died in the hospital. The accident happened yesterday just before 10 near 20th Street and 32nd Avenue in Grand Forks. The driver flagged down a police officer and said he had just hit a person with his pickup. Police determined the driver had the right-of-way at the time of the crash. The driver of the pickup is 28-year-old Jamison Hyde of Grand Forks. 43-year-old Jason Longy of Grand Forks died from his injuries at the hospital. Grand Forks police are asking anyone with information who witnessed the crash to give them a call. New for you at 5, a Minot man is facing 2 charges of disorderly conduct after he sexually propositioned people at local shopping facilities. Fargo police asked the public to identify the man in these photos. He is 50-year-old Lonnie Wyand of Minot. Fargo police say the charges have been filed with the Cass County State's Attorney's Office. A Fosston, Minnesota woman was taken to the hospital after the driver of the vehicle she was in fell asleep at the wheel, causing the truck to roll. The Minnesota State Patrol says 30-year-old Andrew Rossberg of Fosston was heading west on Highway 2 in Polk County just before 9 this morning when he fell asleep at the wheel. The truck drifted across the road and rolled in the ditch. His passenger, 23-year-old Christina Morales, also of Fosston, was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Authorities say alcohol was not involved in the crash. West Fargo police are reminding drivers that Cheyenne Street at the I-94 underpass will close tonight. It will be closed from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. Friday morning. This will allow construction crews to safely demolish the bridges while impacting the least amount of drivers. You can fuel your summer activities with healthy foods for the entire family. Dietitians say it's best to keep recipes simple and buy foods in season. Families can grow fruits and vegetables and have fun picking that fresh food in their own backyard. One heart-healthy meal is a quesadilla with black beans, corn, and avocado. And swapping food can also help keep your family healthy, like using cauliflower instead of potatoes in your salad.
So you want to make sure that you're fueling your body well during the summer because we're so active, we're so busy. We want to make sure that we're getting the right nutrients, the right variety of nutrients too during those summer months.
For more recipes, go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. It is Arbor Day in Minnesota, a day when we celebrate all things tree. The city's forestry department planted 3 trees at Lamb Park. The trees will replace others killed by Dutch elm disease. The city has to take out a couple hundred trees each year because of that and because of a new threat, the emerald ash borer. But what makes this planting unique and a bit of an experiment is that they are trees that are not common to this area. The idea is to find out if the magnolia, the Siberian spruce, and an unusual variety of oak can tolerate the often bitterly cold winters and the rich, heavy soil we have here.
They would be ones, though, with climate changing a little bit. We're going to see if we can get away with planting some of these. So they're newer varieties that we haven't tested before.
Moorhead, by the way, is a Tree City, USA. That's recognition from the Arbor Day Foundation for excellence in urban forestry. A Russian tortoise is back home in Minnesota with her family after a mysterious 6-month disappearance. It's the tale of two tortoises, Jack and Jill. Well, three technically, but we'll get to that a little later. They lived in Eagan together until one day last October. At an outdoor party at Mike Wallace's house, he let them roam and Jill disappeared. More than 6 months later, someone found a tortoise and brought it to the Eagan Police Department. So officers took care of her overnight and in the morning posted her photo to social media. Wallace says he can't know for sure, but it's likely his missing Jill. He went to the police station and drove her the 8 miles back home where, here's where it gets complicated, Jane apparently had taken Jill's place next to Jack.
I was going through Facebook this morning and here pops up Eagan Police and a Russian tortoise. And first thing it goes, could it be my tortoise?
Wallace says she definitely put on a little weight, so he's happy to see that she survived the winter fairly well.